Good morning, everybody. All right, we are going to read Chapter 4 of The Secret School now. The next day, during mid-morning recess, Ida approached Tom. "I want to talk to you," she announced quietly. Without another word, she headed for the pond. "Still angry at me?" Tom asked her when he caught up. "I wasn't really," she said. "Just upset about school, that's all." "Me too. When I told my folks, they were hopping mad about it. Back in Germany, before they came here, they didn't get much learning, so they really hoped I'd go on to high school. Want me to be something different than they are." At first, Ida remained quiet. Then, shyly, she said, "I was thinking over what you said about me being the teacher. You could do it." "My ma said I'd have to ask Mr. Jordan." Tom shook his head. "Old geezer would never agree." "I know." Ida looked up at Tom's long face with its almost but not quite turned-up nose. He seemed serious, too, but when he pushed his hair away from his forehead, a habit of his, Ida saw a gleam in his brown eyes. "So, if we did it," he said, smiling, "it'd have to be done in secret. That's what you're thinking?" Ida nodded. And that means all the rest would have to agree." "You game to ask them?" Tom said. Ida took a moment. "Yes," she whispered. Tom grinned. "We've got a plan for when Miss Fletcher goes," Ida said to the other kids as they ate their lunches of bread with jam or lard, meat slices, and apples. "Already got my plan," Herbert laughed. "One long vacation, and it starts day after tomorrow." "You're always taking a vacation," Susie said. Herbert flushed. "Am not. Working, that's what. My dad says there ain't no laws can force me to go to school. Unconstitutional." "Look here," Tom cut in impatiently. "With Miss Fletcher gone and school closed next year, it'll be the same as if we all got held back a whole year." "You mean repeat everything?" Natasha asked aghast. "You heard Mr. Jordan," Tom said. "School board won't bring in another teacher, which means you get no credit for this year, and Ida and I won't get our exit test." "I don't like tests," Susie said. Ida said, "It's just Tom and me who need them. But I bet you'd hate it a lot if you didn't get credit for your whole 4th grade. "Yeah," Herbert said. "Then you'd grow up to be a dumb old maid like Ida." Ida gave him a dirty look. Charlie said, "Then what are you fixing to do about it?" Ida felt her heart beat faster. "Tom," she said, had a notion. Everybody looked at Tom. "Who's the smartest of everybody here?" he asked. For a moment, no one said anything. Then Natasha said, "I'm the best speller, and you're the best at math, but all in all, for high marks, I guess it's Ida." "So I say," Tom said, "Ida should become our teacher." "My own sister, the teacher?" Felix cried with such dismay, everyone burst out laughing. "I'm serious," Tom went on. "We have to have a teacher, right? Except Mr. Jordan said the school board won't get one until next year. But if we get one now and did our own schooling, everyone could move on to the next grade, and Ida and I could take our exams. She knows what to do. Let her be teacher." "How are you going to make sure we behave?" Herbert said with a grin. "Get out the switch?" "Switch whipping is mean," Mary Cole said, "and I don't believe in it," Ida said. "Then how?" Herbert challenged her. Ida shrugged. "Find some way." "Hey," Herbert said, "it'd be worth coming to school just to see you try." Everyone laughed again, but Natasha said earnestly, "What about the school board? Think they'll let you? You know, pay and everything." "Wouldn't ask for pay," Ida said. "Do it for nothing. Mr. Skinflint Johnson would love that." Or Skinflint Jordan would love that, Herbert said. "But the main thing is," Tom said, "because I bet the school board won't let us do it, we won't ask. We'll just do it on our own." "A secret teacher?" Felix asked. "A secret school?" asked Mary. But Natasha said with dismay, "I already told my parents school was going to close." The other children nodded. They had too. Tom said, "Well, just tell them things got changed a little, that school is going on," which it would be, mostly. No fibbing there. "But what if they ask who's teaching?" Natasha asked. "Say you don't know yet." "People are going to find out on last day exercises," Charlie pointed out. "Be too late by then," Tom said. "Well, I do love secrets," Herbert said. "All in favor, raise your hands," Tom said after a moment. All 8 hands shot up. "Then I guess," Ida said, "I'm your teacher." The decision was made. The children sat there waiting for Ida to say something. "Just remember," she said softly, "this really does need to be a secret." Go play." When the other children ran off, Ida and Tom stayed behind. Ida sighed. "I can't believe we're doing this." "You nervous?" "I think so." "Know what my uncle once told me?" Ida shook her head. "Said if you want to try something new and you're not scared, means you're not really trying something new." "Maybe I'm too scared," Ida said with a wan smile. "Which scares you the most?" Tom pressed. "Teaching or not going to high school?" "I think I'd hate myself if I didn't try everything to get there," Ida said after a moment. "Well," said Tom, "if I had to pick between hating myself and scaring myself, guess I know what I'd do." "What?" "Oh, no," Tom said, getting up. "Last time I suggested what you could do, you got mad at me. You're going to have to decide for yourself." He grew thoughtful. "But if you do it, we still We still going to be friends? Ida blushed. Tom Cole. Tom grinned. Just asking. He walked away, untied Ruckus, and led him to a shady spot to graze. Ida watched Tom go and then strolled down to the little pond behind the schoolhouse. On hands and knees, she studied her reflection in the still water. She was sure she didn't look like a school teacher. After making sure no one was watching, Ida undid her braids, then pulled back her hair and looked at herself. The Ida who gazed back at her now appeared a little older, a little more like a teacher. The bell rang. Quickly, Ida re-braided her hair and ran back to school. Well, Tom whispered to her when she slipped onto the bench next to him. I'm going to be scared, Ida answered softly. Very scared. That is the end of chapter 4.